All right, so are you ready to go back to the Pride Lands?
Always ready.
Today we're doing a deep dive into early reviews for Mufasa, The Lion King.
Oh, fun.
We got a whole bunch of reviews here.
Okay.
From all sorts of entertainment outlets, and
yeah.
we're going to unpack them all and see what's got everyone roaring
Sounds good.
and what might have them running for the nearest watering hole.
Oh, I like that. It's interesting, isn't it? Trying to follow up to, gigantic predecessors.
Huge.
I mean, the original animated classic, and then the 2019 remake.
Oh, yeah.
Which, had some mixed reactions.
It did, yeah, absolutely. From what I'm seeing here in these reviews, Mufasa is definitely trying to forge its own path. They're saying it's a good film.
Okay.
Maybe even better than the remake in some ways.
Wow.
But there's some really interesting debates.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that really jumps out at me is the praise.
For the animation,
Yeah.
reviewers are almost completely unanimous on this.
Really?
It's significantly better
Wow.
than the 2019 version.
Okay.
Richer animation, more expressive animation that feels more like the original.
Right.
So one reviewer said,
Yeah.
the scene where Mufasa comforts Scar after a nightmare is so beautifully animated, you can practically feel the bond between them.
Oh, wow.
Even before,
Yeah.
knowing
Yeah.
you know how their relationship will eventually play out.
I love that.
Yeah.
That really captures the emotion of those early years.
Yeah.
Speaking of early years, there's a pretty big change to the backstory that's got fans raising eyebrows. Mufasa and Scar, or Taka,
Right?
as he's known in his younger days.
Yeah.
They're not actually brothers in this version.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah,
They changed that.
they did.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's more of a chosen family dynamic
Okay.
instead of a biological one.
Oh, right.
And I saw some concern about this.
Yeah, because it's such a
Fundamental.
integral part of the story, the brotherly betrayal and all.
Exactly.
But most reviewers felt the film handles it well.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they say it actually adds like a whole other layer of complexity to their relationship.
Interesting.
And it raises questions about, what truly defines family. Is it blood or is it the bonds we choose?
That is such a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely adds a new dimension to their story.
Right.
And I'm really curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Especially considering how things end up between them.
Ultimately. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it makes you think about Mufasa in a different light, too.
Yeah.
Knowing that he chose to welcome Scar into his family. Despite their differences, it adds a layer of tragedy to his eventual betrayal.
It does.
It really deepens the emotional stakes of the story.
Totally. Okay, but we can't talk about The Lion King without talking about the music.
Of course not. The music is essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time around,
Yeah.
we've got Lin-Manuel Miranda
Oh, wow.
composing the score and songs.
Okay.
And
Good shoes to fill.
huge shoes to fill.
Yeah.
I'm a little hesitant.
Yeah, the original.
I mean, the original is so iconic.
I know. How do you possibly top that?
Top that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's the challenge with any beloved franchise.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reviews on Miranda's music are a bit mixed.
Okay.
Some are praising it for its emotional impact and how it integrates into the story.
Yeah.
But others feel it just doesn't quite have that same magic as the original one reviewer.
Yeah.
Even compared it to trying to paint a new Mona Lisa. You might create something beautiful, but it's never going to be
The original.
the original.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a tough comparison.
It is.
But I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, those songs are so...
Yeah, they're ingrained in our
memories.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Miranda's music can stand on its own and become just as memorable.
I think that's the key question here, right?
Absolutely.
Can it capture the spirit of The Lion King?
Right.
While also bringing something new and fresh
Exactly.
to the table.
Now, there are also some concerns raised about the pacing in certain parts of the film.
All right.
Some reviewers felt like the cubhood of Mufasa and Scar felt rushed.
Interesting.
Which is kind of a shame because that's
so crucial.
A crucial part of their development.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side,
other reviewers felt like some scenes with the adult lions dragged a bit.
Interesting. So it seems like finding that right balance was a challenge.
Yeah.
One reviewer mentioned a particular scene with adult Mufasa that they felt was a little bit slow. They said it was beautifully shot and very emotionally resonant, but maybe could have been trimmed down a bit to keep the momentum going.
It's a delicate balance, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
You want those quiet moments to breathe.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to lose the audience.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want them to wander off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it really is like walking a tightrope, one wrong step, and
the whole thing falls apart.
The whole thing could just unravel.
But let's not forget, we're seeing the story through the eyes of Barry Jenkins.
Oh, yeah.
The director.
Yeah, he's known for his really nuanced storytelling and his ability to bring such depth to his characters.
Yeah.
One reviewer even mentioned how Jenkins manages to evoke a sense of Shakespearean tragedy in Mufasa's story.
Wow. Interesting.
You see these larger-than-life figures grappling with ambition and betrayal.
Yeah.
And ultimately their own mortality.
Right.
It's a classic theme.
It is.
And it sounds like it plays beautifully here.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it in those terms.
Yeah.
But you're right. It is a timeless story
Yeah.
about power and responsibility.
Exactly.
And it looks like Jenkins is bringing his own unique vision to it.
And it's not just about the emotional depth.
Right.
There's also a lot of talk about the sheer spectacle of this film.
Oh, really?
The reviewers were raving about the visuals.
Okay.
Apparently the Pride Lands have never looked so vibrant and realistic.
Oh, wow. I'm excited to see it. The descriptions are just breathtaking.
Yeah.
One reviewer described a sunrise over the savannah as so realistic you could practically feel the warmth of the sun on your skin.
Wow.
And the wild beast stampede.
Oh, yeah.
They said it was heart-stoppingly intense.
Oh, my gosh.
And more immersive than anything in the 2019 version.
Wow. I'm getting chills just imagining it.
Yeah.
I mean, those were some of the most iconic scenes in the original.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to hear that they've really pushed the boundaries with the visuals.
Yeah, it sounds like they're aiming for a level of immersion.
Yeah.
That really transports you
in that world.
To that world.
Now, speaking of things that might not be so immersive, there's been some chatter about Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh,
you know,
the lovable meerkat and warhog sidekicks. Yeah. I thought they were like universally adored.
Right.
What's the issue?
Well, it sounds like they might be getting a little too much screen time.
Okay.
Some reviewers felt their humor.
Yeah.
While classic kind of disrupts the emotional flow of the story.
Oh, interesting.
At times. Yeah. One even said they felt like comic relief.
Yeah.
In a film that didn't need it.
That's an interesting take.
Right.
I mean, their humor is a staple of the franchise.
Right.
But I can see how too much of it could undercut.
Yeah, undercut some of the
more serious
moments.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that balance plays out.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And speaking of balance, I'm curious to see how they handle the villain in this one.
Oh, okay.
Apparently their presence is necessary for the story.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of concern about their catchphrase.
Oh.
One reviewer said it felt a little forced.
Okay.
It didn't quite land the way it should.
Oh, that's a shame.
Right.
Yeah, a good villain can really elevate a film.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
the rest of their performance.
Yeah, makes up for it.
Makes up for it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But overall, despite a few potential pitfalls, there's a real buzz about Mufasa.
I'm hearing that.
It's exciting to see a new take
on
this beloved story.
Right.
And I think people are genuinely curious to see how it all comes together.
Me too. And you know what's really interesting is that several reviewers actually believe that Mufasa surpasses the 2019 remake.
Wow.
In quality.
Really?
They're saying it's more emotionally engaging.
Okay.
More visually stunning.
Wow.
And just a more satisfying film overall.
That's a bold statement.
It is.
I mean, the remake was visually impressive.
Yeah, it was.
But it lacked that emotional connection that made the original so special.
Right, right.
If Mufasa manages to recapture that magic, then it could be something truly special.
It could be, yeah. It's all about
striking that balance between nostalgia and innovation.
Yeah.
Paying homage to the original.
Right.
While also bringing something new.
Exactly.
Right stable.
And let's not forget, this is a prequel.
Right.
We're seeing Mufasa before he was king.
Yeah.
Before he was a father.
Before he was a father, yeah.
It's a chance to understand him.
Totally.
In a whole new light.
Yeah.
To see the events that shaped him.
Yeah.
Into the leader we know and love.
That's what's so exciting about prequels, isn't it? You get to fill in those gaps.
Yeah.
Explore the backstories and see how these characters that we know came to be.
Yeah.
And in this case, we're seeing a side of Mufasa we've never seen before.
Exactly.
We're seeing his vulnerabilities, his struggles.
His triumphs.
His triumphs, yeah. It's a chance to connect with him on a much deeper level.
It's like getting to know a whole new side of a friend.
Right.
You thought you knew everything about.
Exactly.
And that, to me, is what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
I agree.
We're not just looking at a remake or a sequel.
It's not a rehash.
We're looking at a completely new perspective on a story we all thought we knew by heart.
And that's the beauty of storytelling, isn't it? There's always more to explore, more to discover.
More to learn.
More to learn.
Even with a story as familiar as The Lion King.
Right.
There are still new layers to uncover, new interpretations to consider.
Yeah.
And with a director like Barry Jenkins at the helm.
At the helm, yeah.
I have a feeling we're in for a truly unique and unforgettable experience.
I agree. It's a bold move to take on such a beloved story and try to reimagine it for a new generation.
And let's be honest, there's always a risk involved with prequels.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes they feel unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like they're just cashing in on a popular franchise.
Yeah, just trying to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
But sometimes
they
can surprise us.
Yeah.
They can enrich the original story.
Right.
Give us a deeper understanding of the characters.
Yes.
And even make us rethink our own interpretations.
And from what we've seen so far, it sounds like Mufasa is aiming for the latter.
Yeah.
It's taking a beloved story and exploring it from a fresh perspective.
Yeah.
Delving into themes of family, responsibility, destiny.
Yeah.
And it's doing it with a level of visual artistry that promises to be truly breathtaking.
It's a gamble, for sure.
It is.
But you know what they say.
Yeah.
No risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward.
And I think that's the perfect way to sum up Mufasa, The Lion King.
Yes.
It's a film that's taking a risk.
Yeah.
But it's a risk that could pay off in a big way.
So here's the question. For you, dear listener.
Yeah.
Are you willing to take that risk with us?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Are you ready to venture back to the Pride Lands?
Yeah.
And experience the story of Mufasa in a whole new light?
Because based on what we've seen in these early reviews, this isn't just a rehash of familiar territory.
It's a journey.
It's a journey into the heart of a beloved character.
Yes.
And it promises to be both familiar and surprising.
Yeah.
Nostalgic and innovative.
Exactly. And that, my friends, is what makes it a deep dive.
Yeah.
Worth taking.
A deep dive worth taking, absolutely. You know, it's amazing how a film like this can generate so much buzz.
I know, right?
Even before it's released.
Yeah.
It really speaks to
the power of the Lion King.
Enduring power of the Lion King.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, this story is like woven into our...
It's in our DNA.
Natural DNA.
Yes.
We grew up with it. And now we're sharing it with a new generation.
Exactly. And with each iteration, we find new layers of meaning.
Yes.
New things to appreciate.
Absolutely. And Mufasa seems to be tapping into something really special.
It does.
You know, this idea of exploring Mufasa's origins, his journey to becoming the wise and powerful king we all know.
Yeah.
It's resonating with people.
It is.
We're seeing a side of him we've never seen before.
Right.
You know, his vulnerabilities, his struggles, his triumphs.
Exactly. It's like we're peeling back the layers of this iconic character and discovering a whole new depth to him.
And I think that's what's so intriguing about prequels.
Yeah.
They offer a glimpse into the past, a chance to understand how our favorite characters became who they are.
And it's not just about understanding the characters. It's about understanding ourselves. The Lion King has always been a story about family, responsibility, and the circle of life.
Circle of life.
These are universal themes that transcend generations.
Absolutely.
And Mufasa seems to be exploring them in a new and thought-provoking way.
It's like we're revisiting these familiar themes through a fresh lens. And in doing so, we're discovering new insights and perspectives.
And with a director like Barry Jenkins,
Yes.
who is known for his sensitive and nuanced approach to storytelling, I think we can expect something truly special.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Jenkins has a way of capturing the complexities of human relationships.
Yes.
And exploring difficult themes with honesty and grace.
Yeah. And I think that's exactly what Mufasa needs to succeed. It needs to balance the spectacle and adventure with the emotional weight of this story.
It's a delicate balance.
It is.
But if they pull it off, Mufasa could be more than just a prequel.
Right.
It could be a film that stands on its own. A film that speaks to a new generation while still honoring the legacy of the original.
I think that's what we're all hoping for, isn't it?
I think so.
A film that captures the magic of The Lion King while also pushing the boundaries and offering something new.
Finding that sweet spot between nostalgia and innovation. And based on what we've seen, it sounds like Mufasa is well on its way to achieving that.
Of course, we can't forget that these are just early reviews.
Yeah, these are just...
The true test will be when the film is released.
When it's out there.
And audiences get to experience it for themselves.
For themselves, exactly.
Yeah.
But until then, this deep dive has given us a lot to think about.
It has.
It's raised questions about family, destiny, and the choices we make that shape our lives.
And it's reminded us of the enduring power of storytelling.
Yes.
How a single story can resonate across generations and continue to inspire us.
Years later.
Years later, yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
What are you most excited to see in Mufasa, The Lion King?
What questions do you have?
What are your hopes and expectations?
Because ultimately, the experience of watching a film is a personal one.
It is.
It's about connecting with the story, the characters, and the themes in a way that resonates with you.
So go into this film with an open mind and a curious heart.
Absolutely.
Allow yourself to be transported back to the Pride Lands.
Yes.
And experience the story of Mufasa in a whole new light.
And when you're done, come back and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
We would.
Because that's what this deep dive is all about.
Yes.
Exploring these stories together, sharing our perspectives, and deepening our understanding of the films we love.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Mufasa, The Lion King.
Yes, thanks for listening.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.